Oh, I was like, well, where is that coming from? Ah. I was having another channel playing my back of my. I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. All right, let's get our levels marked out real quick. First, we're going to check news, make sure we don't have any news this morning. I think we already had our news. I think that's what this is. We have it. You can kind of see that data wick there. Yeah, I think that was Canada's news actually. Looks like 8:30. So does Fed Powell testify or whatever the heck that is, I guess. So 55 minutes. That'll put us at 10 o'clock. 3-star news. And that would be your consumer confidence. And whatever the Fed Powell testify, I don't know if what that'll do. I think that's just maybe he's testifying in front of Congress or something. Not really sure what that is. All right. Get our Manzini levels. Let's see. Huge follow through on the long yesterday at 12:30 p.m. Ah, see. All right. Let's pull up the ES chart so we can mark those support levels out real quick so we don't forget about them later. Then we'll come back and put our NASDAQ levels in. All right. So where are we sitting at? 619. Looks like we kind of broke past that one level. So 24. I think most of these levels hit overnight. Yeah, so we had, looks like we had a big run up from overnight yesterday. All right. Oh, put NASDAQ levels in there real quick. I figure since we're at all-time highs, we could have a nice pullback today because I don't think we ever took out the London or Asia lows from today or yesterday. So for the last 2 days, Asia lows hadn't been taken out. So we could be due for a nice pullback. So we have a nice little 5-minute trend line here. If we break this trend line, we definitely could be pushing for yesterday highs back up at 383. So that'll give you about a 100-point move to find some kind of entry. And if you are able to keep a runner, I'd shoot for the highs from overnight. Then to the downside, you know, man, if we get moved to the downsides, we got all kind of like resistance down here. Look at all this consolidation that I guess it happened in the PM session. There was no movement in the PM session yesterday. 60 points, and that's pretty little for, you know, NQ there. So it looks like it just chopped pretty much. We had one move right after lunch. Then after that, it was just straight chop in the PM. Then this would have been our open here. So never made it back down to the open either. So I don't know. Kind of makes me kind of feel bearish this morning. All right, put these levels on my chart real quick. So and what I do is usually I make them about the same color they are on Trading View. And so like green is always the day's high. So I just pretty much just copy it color for color. That way it just kind of helps me remember. So if I just actually leave it on there, say from like a couple days, I know it was a previous high. So that 22,093, that was yesterday's high. Then 22.77 is our open. Then 20.73 is yesterday's close. Then that's kind of what we pointed out a while ago. Today's low is all the way down at 22,064. That's why I feel like we have more to the downside as far as target goes than we do to the upside. Because right now, you know, we just kind of been at all-time highs. So to me, that kind of makes it difficult as far as, to me, I mean, it makes it harder when we're just at all-time highs. Oh, you got to be kidding me. This thing doesn't save when you switch times. You son of a bee. Well, that sucks. Come on. We'll get our camera up in a minute, guys. I'm not sure what's going on here. That was weird. Hmm. I didn't think we had any news right there. We had some kind of pretty strict spike there. understand. See. Yes. All right. So we pretty much have all our levels leveled out. We know we have news this morning at 10 o'clock. Sorry, just don't know what that is on the background there. Let me make sure it doesn't show up. No. I think I have another chart. No. I think it has to be copying another chart somewhere. I think it's because I have two, unless it's copying this one twice. That's the only way I can think in what's going on. We had like a nice little 5-minute breakout this morning, but it's so close to the opening, so it's kind of hard to take that pre-market. So here's the 5 minutes here. Do we go straight to the moon at open? Hopefully today's a little bit better than yesterday. Yesterday was a rough start yesterday morning. Kind of need to get back to the basics. Last couple of days, one thing I've struggled with is pulling the trigger. I don't know what it is. Like I just haven't. It seems like whenever you take losses, you just kind of lose that confidence in your trade. That's kind of what I felt like the last couple trading days. Because I missed plenty of breakouts yesterday. I think I paper-handed one of my best trades yesterday. So it was definitely one of those days yesterday. Ugh. See, I had this little I thought about taking that this morning, but I wasn't sure because you do have equal high sitting at 15. So I definitely feel like we could have got that. No, not 15. I guess that's at 304. I think that was from this high here because that's the second level, the second bridge here. Because we have this one all the way up to here. Looks like we have also a nice little whatever data wick this was here at 7:30 this morning. So got definitely some data wicks. Man, I just feel like we just need that really good big pullback because we just been going straight up for the last 4 or 5 days. It seems like since last week. So we'll definitely be streaming this evening. I have something I got to do around lunchtime today. Then I was planning on streaming also to Asia tonight. Remember, guys, we also have news this morning and we have Papa Powell testifying. I'm not really sure what his testify is this morning. I don't know if that's in front of Congress. I don't have any kind of remembers of what that's like when he testifies, so I don't know if we'll have any kind of like crazy volatility in the market this morning. So, just one of those things we just kind of have to wait and see. Right now, we got definitely a nice big wedge here going on. To me, it looks like we're out of the wedge as far as the 5-minute goes. Because if you took 5-minute breakouts, and I'm not really sure where we have another indicator I use, but I'm not sure where it's sitting at as far as here because I haven't used it in a while. But I feel like if we can lose these London lows, man, like I feel like we finally take out these Asia lows this morning. Because we've already taken out, well, for London highs, I would, as far as funded trades, that's when I'd wait for us to run these London highs. So, I mean, that's still about 100 points to the upside. So we got nice moves in every direction. We just kind of have to wait and see what happens this morning. Oh, sorry. Try to find a little bit of music to listen to. Kind of get through, like I said, just makes the sometimes. Oh, what's up, Outer? You're up early this morning. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm kind of feeling too, man. I have a bearish kind of bias this morning. I just figure like we just been running up nonstop, man, the last 3 or 4 days. We just need that big sell off. Like we haven't touched the Asia highs in multiple trading days. You would think the Asia lows are due to get taken out. Good morning, Java. How are you doing today? And it looks like we have this nice little data wick down here at the 660s. So we could run this data wick and go straight back up. We'll have to see. And we got another little whatever wick this is from this morning. Just remember, we got news at 10 o'clock this morning. We also have Papa Powell speaking. Man, if we get below those 60s, we could definitely make a run down. Kind of find support below the 260s or something, because that's the London lows, and the Asia highs is also at 72. You're going to wait for after the speech. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to see just what kind of price action we get this morning. We got this data wick here. Wow, we ran that wick and just straight back down. Didn't know if we reach down there to take out those 50s. $61. I feel like below 61 we could get a nice sell-off because that's below the London lows. And right now the Asia high from overnight at 72. Man, we got some dirty wicks going on this morning, guys. Yeah, it's definitely very choppy this morning. So just be careful if you're entering trades. I mean, we pretty much bounced off the London lows there at the 61s. You like to short up at 38? Good morning, Andy. How have you been doing? So far, just kind of watching this choppy mess. I thought maybe I could find a PA entry this morning, but I might have to just switch over back to an eval. Hopefully, they don't keep us just stuck here until after 10 o'clock, because I know we have 3 o'clock. I mean, not 3 o'clock, but 10 o'clock news this morning. We got consumer news, and also we got Powell testifying this morning at 10. I mean, it looks like we have like a nice little 5-minute breakout this morning, but we're kind of in chop at the moment. I think if we break above those 15s, we'll get a nice push up into the 50s or 30s. Because it looks like we have almost equal high sitting at 53. This up in here, especially on the 5-minute, it looks that way. There comes that 315, that little data wick, whatever that was at 8:15 or 9:15. There's that sweep. It's still fairly early, guys. We've only been open for 10 minutes, so definitely got a while. A lot of times, if we push over down with those open highs, we'll take out those lows. Man, is this finally the breakout here? Top of that 5-minute candle was sitting at 615, and we didn't even broken out of the 5-minute candle yet. And you got the 15 right above it at the 20. There's your 5-minute breakout. There's your 5-minute breakout. This is some tough price action this morning, guys. Are you going to take your short, Outer? Well, we'll definitely watch with you and see. Just let us know when you enter. What are you targeting back to the downside if you enter your 38? I don't know how much I like the longs. The only reason why is because I didn't know if we would take out yesterday's highs or today's highs at 380. That's my only thing about the highs or shorts this morning. There's the five-minute candle at the 15. Nope, we lost. Oh, maybe it's teasing us. Oh, you're good, Outer. Short stop loss on this. So couldn't get the breakout. So what that was, this was the 5-minute breakout candle here. And so once we pulled back below the 5-minute, it still may go. I made a paper hand to that one. I was being a little on the careful side because that was one of my funded Apex. And so even though we only really wanted to at least get $100 on that trade, but I should have kept my stop loss down there, but that's okay. The market's pretty crazy this morning. It's not the greatest price action, so any profit's a good profit at this moment. Looks like there's just a lot going, a lot of chop in this area. I was thought, man, as soon as we got through this 15 minutes, we'd at least make a pop to the 50s before we had any kind of reversal, or the 40s. I was shooting for 39 as my next target. So I was hoping to get a 20-point runner there. It's probably going to go. That's the way it does me. Oh, probably would have still got stopped out on that one. No, entry was down there at the 20. I took it about as soon as we almost broke out of that 5 minutes. So I mean, it only offered what 15 points, so it didn't even get 20 this morning. Sometimes I feel like I should just take my whole 10 points and not worry about runners. I don't know. It's a battle when it comes to those runners. All right, my charts are going to stop for a minute, so we're going to switch over to Bulanox. That was a funded on Apex there. So my charts will freeze for a second. Look at there. Not too long. Not too long. Man, that missed your entry by like 3 points, 5 points, Outer. I don't know if you jumped in there anyway. So, guys, one trade so far this morning, and it was just for 10 points. The runners didn't get us anything. I think we may have gotten a few points off of the, like $10 off of the two left over. We were looking for 38, 39 there on that push up for 20 points. Look at that 535 bounce there, guys. Nice. That levels that had so many bounces that it was tough taking that. Now, a lot of times if we lose the open range high, we go to the open range low. $60, I think, is going to be our line in the sand this morning. Man, if we can lose those 60s, I feel like we get a nice push down. All right, guys, we're just going to sit here and wait till after the 10 o'clock news. We only have 5 minutes left. So just be careful if you are in a trade. I know, man, that sucks that got within like 4 points of your entry and then sold off freaking 40 points, man. That sucks. It's like, come on. I had it marked out here because I wanted to watch it and see what happens myself. Yeah, I'm not really sure what that is. Is he testifying in front of like the Senate or Congress or something? I'm not really sure. I can't remember what testifying means, like, as far as, I mean, I'm assuming they're asking him questions like about something that happened. I mean, testifying, you know, but I'm not really sure what that relates to the market, though. That's the only thing. We're going to try to be back and stream this evening, too, because we only can stream for a few hours this morning. I'm still a fan of the short this morning. I mean, I still like the sell-off this morning. We may try some risky shorts with the old eval here. That 5-minute breakout while ago, that was on the funded account. I just wish we could have got at least our 20 points. That would have been a lot better trade than our 10 points and stopped out. Whoa, get a little pre-market news. That right there those are account buster wicks there, man. You're in a short, you get that 30-point wick out of the middle of nowhere. Very risky. I think for the rest of the morning, we're just going to be on evals only unless the market starts moving a little better. Because right now, we're still trapped in that 5-minute opening range this morning. Man, it just feels very bearish right now. Man, if it wasn't so close to news, I'd love to short this opening range high here, this 535 level here. Maybe a little inversion play. Yeah, I wasn't sure what kind of volatility we'll get from Powell speaking, since it doesn't really have anything with him changing his stance on the current market or, decisions. Because I thought that was last week. So I didn't know how that affect the market with him today. All right, here we go. 10 seconds, guys. 10 seconds. I'm hoping it doesn't mess up the charts too bad, honestly. Good deal. Hopefully it doesn't. Yeah, right now we're kind of waiting to see if we can get back below these London lows, but we haven't in the Asia highs. I'm hoping if we can get below the 60s and 70s, we can make a push down to those 190s at the bottom of the Asia lows. So if we get a short, that's where hopefully one of my contracts can be a target. Outer, has your entry already been unvalidated? I mean, we're still outside of that 5-minute trend line from this morning. Man, did we finally break this? I mean, this feels super weak right now, guys. Hopefully we can lose the 70, get kind of out of the 60 to 7 range. I feel like we get a nice waterfall. And this way we can kind of take out the, maybe shoot, like I said, below the 60s and 70s. I'm going to be shooting for the Asia lows down here at 190 if we get below those levels. guess we'll listen to some. Trust me, guys, it is never a good sign when all your EMAs are stacked on top of each other. So you got the 21, the 50, the 9, and 200 literally within 10 points each other. So anytime usually you got your moving average that are just stacked like that, it's just usually straight chop until we get some type of move up or down to separate those. Then wait for some kind of pullback if you're looking for the safer play. Now, if you just feel a little on the frisky side, want to throw out down an eval, that's one thing. But as far as the funded, this is definitely a no-no for me. This is a sit back and just drink your coffee trading session here, guys. Outer, are you going to be trading when you're back home visiting your family? So far, I only played this morning. We had a little 15-minute or 15-point breakout here. So we have the 5-minute here. This is what we took our trade off of this morning. So we waited to see if that 5-minute was going to hold because it looks like it was just constantly bouncing off that 5-minute here. And then once we broke back above that 5-minute opening range, I thought we would get a bigger push, maybe even up to the 40s and 50s at most. But it only paid about 15 points. Oh no, you're good, Outer. I was just trying to get through this chop session. I didn't know if you were going to be trading when you were back home visiting family next month. There's that test of that 72. That's the Asia low, or Asia high. I'm sorry, at 72. Nice bounce off the Asia high there. We got some smooth equal lows. Are you talking about these lows at the 50? Yeah, that area down there is where I want to be targeting. If we can get through these 60s and 70s. hopefully it doesn't just waterfall without offering us some kind of pullback or entry, because I want to target the Asia lows at the 22,200s. And maybe even the 20 there. We got a lot of support there at the 20s. We filled that gap back in there at the 300s. I don't know if that was a Papa Powell candle or what that was. It's these type of follow through candles that'll get you, because you see this very, say, bearish candle and you try to jump in and you jump in too late, then it just full reversal. Man, I feel like, is this just a... Sorry, guys. I'm fixing my... Let's see what happens after we hit that 310. Looks like we had a lot of support there around those 310s. See, a lot of support there at the 310s. So you definitely had to be careful if you were trying to get long in those 310. I never get long going in 310s until usually we have a pushback. As you can see, today did not work out that way because it was crappy price action. So usually I like this kind of little setup here, like for evals player, we push up to the 10, we push back into the 90s, then try to get long back above 300. But with this type of price action, it was hard to take that type of setup, even on eval. We're going to wait to get some separation between our EMAs, then wait for some kind of pullback bear flag. Man, we missed so many flags these last couple of days that I get so annoyed when I go back and look at it. Order filled. Where's your stop loss at, Outer? $34. Oh, just to this previous high. I feel like that's a lot better than that last trade. Definitely a 10-point stop loss. Definitely not bad. Nice. Right there at that 5-minute candle. Oh, nice, Java. I almost considered taking that 5-minute again, but we weren't going to do that for a second time. Man, if you can get any kind of positivity out of the day, I'd take it and put your accounts away. Or switch to a different account. There's that 5 minutes. We're sitting on top of that 5-minute candle at the 15s. Man, I feel like we just want those 350s up there too. I just didn't have it in me to long that 5 minute. It just got so choppy, man. I hate when we start printing this many candles. It's like, come on. Still testing that 5-minute candle. There's the 21 touch. Oh, did you get your 20-point target, outer? What's up, Solo? How are you doing today? Oh, you long this order block here. Man, is this the breakout to the 50? It's so hard to long these some of these like 5-minute breakouts after we didn't hit this freaking candle. I don't know how many times. I know if I enter, it's always like I'm 1 candle or 2 candles too early. So I'm just like, it's so hard to just enter off of these 5-minute breakouts when it's like this. And we got our 15-minute breakout above 28 there. Still a nice win. Hopefully you got to take some profit off of that. I think you almost got 20 points, right? Close. Since you were only risking 10 points. If you were looking for that 2 to R, I guess. Just lost commissions. Guys, I probably got less than an hour left to stream, so I'm hoping we can find us a eval trade before we have to get off here. Oh, is that going to be the... Didn't know if that was going to hold. This gap was going to hold for an inversion play. Maybe we take out this wick. Whew. Yeah, this is tough today. I mean, it's pretty normal. I mean, we had a big move overnight. You know how it is. I talk about that quite a bit where I say if the overnight market's got a lot of movement in it, New York sucks. I was just glad to be able to find 10 points first thing this morning. I wish I'd have just took my whole 10 points and not worried about runners. Today's probably not a good runner day. Woo. Look at all the wicks, man. These wicks are just insane today. Man, we're back above that 5-minute candle. I'm not going to try to long it. We've already done that once this morning, so we're just going to sit here and watch. Oh, my goodness. I'm thinking after lunch, we might have a big sell-off after lunch outer. I think the after lunch price action is going to be the price action to trade. But unfortunately, I won't be at home to miss it. But we are going to probably trade the Asia market tonight. Is this finally the move up to the 50? Let's retest. Okay, so you still got that 38 valid. Maybe finally getting a little separation between our EMAs. So maybe we finally get that bear flag, bull flag set up here. We got them highs all the way up at 283s. Here's our 15-minute opening range sitting here at 28. We also had like some kind of little data wick from earlier here. There's your, well, there's the run of that data wick. So as you can see, we just barely popped above it. And that's also your 15-minute close from this morning. Don't know if we'll get the very iffy this morning. If you're trying to take this breakout here, I don't know. It's definitely a tough breakout. Let's see what happens with this 5 minute. That's our 5 minutes still at the 15. That thing's been a magnet lately. It might be like a 2 micro type trade day. Oh, goodness. Goodness. All right, there's another bounce off the 5 minutes. We've had a lot of support in this area. Maybe this is the sell here. Because we ran that data wick over here from 9 o'clock this morning. Or 10 o'clock, I'm sorry, 10 o'clock. We got this wick all the way down here to the 95s. Then we also have that we haven't swept. Let's see if that holds here. I want to see the 5 minute hold up here, that 5 minute open range hold. Ooh, this thing's trying to fake you out, isn't it? Man, this thing just go either way right now. We're breaking back out above that 5 minutes. I may just risk 4 points, like 40 bucks on this trade here. We're just going to risk $40 on this. Actually, I'm going to go to break even above that 15 minutes. That was an eval only trade, guys. Like I said, I'm not going to risk my fundeds on this garbage stuff that we're having going on today. All right. Take my stop loss to that 15-minute opening range. Realistically, like I said, runners are very iffy today. I haven't seen no runners work out. Every runner's been stopped out. We're at the IBH, which is our opening range here at 33. I'm hoping we can get above the IBH, hold up for a little bit. We do have the 50s up there to possibly sweep. So, and we got our 15-minute opening range here. So you might have to get a pullback to the 15-minute opening range at the 28s. But it could just wick down and get me because I'm just 2 points below that. I want to see it print above 33 if I'm looking for longs. I'm going to settle for 18 points here. All right, we got 2 minutes left. Let's see if this area holds. It could do a complete reversal this morning. This is the area that Outer was looking at, that 28 area. So we'll just go and take our 10 points, be on the safe side if we don't get our next target here. Oh, don't tick me. That was dirty there, guys. Look at there. I knew maybe I should have just picked that 38 with Outer because I knew Outer was taking a short there. Ah. All right, there's my almost 20 points, 18 or 19 points off of that. We could have got our 20. It looks like it did hit the 21. Where did we? So that was another 5-minute breakout above that 5-minute candle. If I had confidence where I really want to target is that overnight highs all the way at 83, but I don't know if we'll get up there or not. All right. Stopped out just for that last little 10 points there. So we were able to get almost our 20 points, and our last runner only got 10. May bump it down to 2 micros or something. Might take a couple little stabs on a couple micros since this price action is horrible at the moment. There's a bounce off of that IBH. That's gonna suck if that hits that IBH, wicks me out, then goes to my target up there. Got a little OB sitting up there at 50. Got London highs at 84. So that's going to be probably more likely my last trade of the morning. Like I said, we were only streaming until 11 o'clock today, but we're planning on streaming the Asia session this evening. Well, losing that IBH there. Let's see what happens with this 15-minute range here. Follow-through has been tough today, guys. Follow-through has been tough. These are some nasty wicks, especially if you go to break even too quick, and that's a lot what's happening. You get stopped out on those re-wicks, then it hits your profit target. You lost that IBH there. Whoo! Look at that big rip. Come on, what is that? Did you go to break even or outer? Oh. This is just 2 micros, guys. It could pull back up. We were going to try to short this 15-minute gap here because we could get stopped here. So we're just risking, what, 40 bucks? 40 bucks? Back above 33, I'll close this trade. Yeah, it's just 2 micros on a eval outer. We're just trading off of our 15 minutes and our IBH here at 33. So like I said, back above the IBH, we'll close this because that's the 15-minute retest. We're tapping that 33, guys. We're tapping that 33. All right. Oh no, the 50 bounce. Oh shoot, we may get break even on this 50 bounce. Damn it. Dang it. No, the 50 bounce got us. All right, we'll wait and see what happens after we... That was the 50 bounce. I didn't even consider that. Dang it. Let's see if we can retest the freaking 15-minute range here real quick. We'll just risk like 5 points on this trade. 2 micros. Really, the line in the sand needs to be that 28 level because that's your 15-minute range. If it breaks back above that 15-minute range, it could go. I totally forgot about the freaking 50 EMA. I lost track of that. There's your 15 minutes. All right, if it hits it again, it's probably going through, so we're going to take off more risk. So right now we're in this trade for, what, $40 or $20? I'm sorry, $20 we're in this trade for. So super cheap trade. I could get wicked out here. It could wick right above this 15-minute range here. If the 15-minute holds, I think we'll get a nice push down. Just need that 15-minute hold. Like I said, we're just in this trade for 5 points, just right above the 15 minutes. We're risking $20. So, all right. I totally forgot about the freaking the 50 EMA here. I think that would have been actually a perfect 50 EMA bounce because it was sitting right at the bottom of fair value gap. I know, man. That looks like it could just go straight to the moon here. You really did not want that back above your 15-minute candle or even your hour candle at 33. I don't know, man. Definitely don't want to see us back above those 33 levels. Need the 33s to hold here, outer. If you were fortunate enough to make it out of this price action green today, congratulations, because this has been some tough price action this morning, guys. So we took one funded trade this morning. That was probably our really only real kind of like trade. And that's when we tried to trade a breakout on the 5-minute this morning. First thing this morning, fairly early. It only paid up about 15 points. And we've been taking a couple little stabs here with our eval to try to see if we get this sell off. All right, is this finally the one here? These big old wick candles, man, are just so tough to trade. So that's that 15-minute range. We tried to short that a while ago. Let's see. I couldn't pull the trigger. I almost wanted to pull it on this 15-minute range here. See if we get a push back to the 15s or the 5 minutes. Probably just going to have like this huge boner candle out of nowhere. I think you get the sell off here, man. We couldn't get above the IBH where we got back below the 15 minutes. Your next candle breakdown is going to be at 15, which is going to be your 5 minutes. That was that 5 minute. See that 5 minute? It just hit right off the 15. I mean that wick right off the top of that 5 minute candle. Wow, what a bounce off that 5 minute candle close. Yeah, they had a nice little 50-minute. I didn't even have time to think about it. I thought, oh, no, we can do there, guys. I was trying to hop in, but I just couldn't. There's just no way for me to hop in this. Holy goodness. Nice outer. Hopefully you get your target. I know, man. I wish I could find an entry somewhere before it got too low. Let me see if we get another retest of the 15s. Maybe off the 15s. But, man, these wicks have been insane. Pretty close to that 15. This way, if we do hop in, we don't have to risk a lot because we'll use that 15 as our primary support. It's trying to hold. It's trying to hold. Oh. Wow, what a nice rip off the whole number. Woo. Here's our 15-minute back above the 15 minutes. $15 minutes going to be my line in the sand here. The 15-minute opening range. This is just 2 micros, guys. Like I said, we're in very low risk because the day's price action has been horrible. So a lot of stop loss hunts today. So we've just been playing off levels pretty much. So this 15 minutes is my level now. That was another 15-minute retest there at the 28. So we're in this trade for what? 2 micros, 7 points, 14 times 4, so $28. Well, we printed above the 15-minute range here. I want to see us print above the IBH here at 33s. So, oh, crazy. Crazy wick hunts. I'm going to target the 380s. 375s because that's today's high all the way up there at 83. So that 15-minute held that time. Man. I'm hoping it just comes back and retests the 40s here. Hopefully this is our line in the sand. Sounds good, Outer. Have a good evening. Yeah, I'm about done myself. I have something I have to go do today myself. So this is gonna be the last ruha here. Then after that, we're done for the day. Our target's all the way up there at actually I may even make it 70. All right, here's that. Oh no, I didn't want to see it really get through these 40s here. Had a lot of wicks there at the 40s. All right, we're going to start taking profit because if it pushes back down, it's probably going to go through this time. So it either holds here and goes or it pushes back down. Really don't want to see another retest of those 40s here. Oh, we got those highs over here at 53. And this could just be a nice little bull flag pullback, but we don't really have time to sit here. Yeah, we're just going to take whatever profit we get here. I just figure if it pushes back through these wicks again, it's probably going to be pushing back down deeper than... I don't want to get all the way back to break even. There's another 40 bounce, so pretty soon it's probably going to get us. It's not going to withstand so many of those bounces off that area. Okay. Yeah, I know. I was really hoping that we could get a push above those. And this could be another little bull flag setup too, but man, I'm not going to take it again. So pretty much when price action gets like this, I start just taking most of my trades off of just levels. So this morning in that last trade, we were mainly taking our trades off of the 5-minute and 15-minute close candle. So once we saw this very strong bullish candle, coming off of that 15 minutes, that's when we decided to kind of jump in. We saw the 5-minute candle kind of holding also. We took this same trade earlier this morning. You see it pushed up, pushed back down, bounced off the 5 minutes, then ripped. So usually I try to do my entries like that whenever the market's kind of trading like this. And that's also how we took our, what do you want to call it, funded trade this morning. But like I said, we only got $50. Man, there's the pop. Oh, and the trap. Oh, and a FU. Let me stop you out. Oh my goodness, man. That was a dirty candle there. That was like, oh, nope. Oh, that was dirty. That 360. Yeah, they just killed both sides on that wick. Oh my goodness. Oh, the NQ didn't wick? Oh, no, it didn't. Well, still, that was a nice trade all the way up to 355. I mean, you had a little bull flag here. You would have at least got your 10 points, but nothing more. Methodical man, are you still trading your fundeds, or are these evals only? Or my funded take profit accounts? Evals? Yeah, we took one funded today, and that was on the, what do you want to call it? Apex. But we only made $50 because our runner got stopped out. I was hoping to at least get 100. That was that 5-minute breakout that we took this morning. But that was back here. So we had the 5-minute here. It was this trade here. This is kind of what it looks like here. So we had to push up to the 15 minutes. We pull back into the 9 EMA. We started finding support around that 5-minute candle. And once we broke back above that 5-minute candle, we got long for our 10 points, but it only paid about 15 points. What sucks is my runners pretty much came back to just getting stopped out for a few points on my runners. So that's why we didn't make as much off that trade. Yeah, we're going to hold it. Like I said, that was probably my last trade, that one that we were just in off of that 5-minute breakout. Man, I really wanted to take a trade up to the 70s or 83s. I just feel like we're going to be taking out those equal highs. I mean, these overnight highs at 83 up here. I mean, I just feel like 70 should definitely been a good target, but that crazy wick while ago would have got me. So there. But we also have all of this sitting at 66. Did you get your entry off the IBL or IBH today, Methodical? So we're only green $100 on our eval. We didn't take any funded trades on Bewley today. We just never did come across any, so we just made $100 on the eval with Bulanox, and we didn't trade the funded Bulanox today. So we're going to try to strictly start doing the Apex funded account in the morning and just see if we can just find our setups. We never did have a funded setup today because most of all my funded setups have been coming off the today's highs and lows, which we haven't been getting, or we haven't gotten today. Yesterday, all my targets were getting blown out, and I just had I don't know what it was yesterday. I was struggling to pull the trigger on like all my flags yesterday. But we plan on also coming back for the Asian session tonight. Oh, trust me, Outer. I was bearish. I was actually filling the shorts today. I want us to take out some of those previous Asian lows over the last 2 nights, which we may get that after lunch, but I won't be here to get that. So, oh goodness. Same here. I had a bearish bias this morning, but I try not to let it affect my trading. I just wanted the bearish. I just wanted the big sell-off this morning is what I was wanting. But whenever it was pushing down, all of our EMAs were smashed together. Man, I'm hoping next week that Bulanox and Apex and will offer a 90% off heading into the like a 4th holiday. So So today's the last day of the 83% off for Bulanox. So maybe tomorrow for the next 2 weeks, we'll get 90% off here. Ooh, I got sneeze. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching this morning. Hopefully everybody was able to at least find them a 10-point trade this morning. Congrats on passing your eval this morning, Java. I know you said you were in a little bit of red yesterday. Same here. I was red as crap in my eval yesterday. We jacked up our eval yesterday. I was so annoyed when I got off from the stream. That's okay. New day. Reset a little bit. As long as we don't jack up our fundeds, I'm okay. I can handle jacking up an eval. That don't usually affect any sleep. But it really does irritate me if I mess up when I'm funded. So All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks, Solo. Maybe the lunch hour will be the sell-off. You know how like the lunch hour likes to take out the AM session sometimes. So maybe this lunch hour hit and it takes out the AM session. We get that 50% pullback this morning. I'll leave my trading view chart up for anybody that wants to use it for a few minutes. It has like order blocks. It has buy side liquidity levels. I don't know how well you can see those on the stream. I may just make it. I'll do the full stream. That way it's easier to see. Instead of the half one. Yeah, Capital. I have somewhere I have to be in the next hour. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you're having a good vacation. Man, I wish I could have just that 80 target sitting up there. Whew. And those London highs. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah, Capital. I have somewhere I have to be at 12 o'clock today. And so I have to be there in about an hour. But I'm going to come back and trade the Asia market this evening since I didn't stream very long today. We are green today. We took one funded trade early this morning. Then we also took a eval trade while ago. Oh, no, you're good, man. Shoot. You're on vacation. You need to be enjoying your vacation. But I'll leave the trading view chart up for a few minutes to anybody that wants to use it or watch it. So basically these are just some ICT stuff on here if you trade ICT. So it kind of marks out fair value gaps. It's got your buy side levels and your kill zones as far as the London highs and lows and your AM session. I'm kind of feeling like lunch may take out the London highs here. We took mostly little breakouts this morning, Capital. I don't know if we took any reversal trades. We tried this morning. I know Outer was looking at a reversal around 38 this morning. I'm not sure how much he took. No. I was actually hoping it would short this morning because I was thinking that we would possibly take out the Asia lows since we haven't taken those out in 2 days. And I wasn't sure because it's already bounced 3 times already today. So I kind of stayed away from it since it got down there that many times. I was scared of the sell through. The first time was at 6:20 this morning or 7:20, and I wasn't on when that one happened. Because you said you want to do it the very first sweep. You don't want the second, third, or fourth sweep, right? You want the first one, correct? Yeah, the first sweep. Yeah, see, I wasn't on for that first sweep. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I have to go get ready because, like I said, I have to leave in an hour. Thank you, guys. I'll leave this up probably for another about 20 or 30 minutes or so for anybody that wants to use TradingView.